in and share like exactly what they're doing. They either have this belief that people don't care, or they have a belief that what they have to say is insignificant, or they have a belief that they don't know what they're doing. And what I've learned just by testing is that people actually really love to see the inside sneak peeks of what other people are doing. Now, granted, you have to have some type of direction that you're going with your social media, and you have to have some specific dialed down, niche down, ideal customer or business or client avatar that you're speaking to. If your social media is all over the place, it's going to be really hard to attract that one person that you're trying to attract. But once you nail, people will follow you, and they will be looking for your posts. They'll be looking for your stories, and they'll ask questions, and they'll like, and they'll comment. They'll feel compelled to dive deeper into your content because you're speaking their language and you're helping them solve some type of problem, whether it's literally like a physical pain or an emotional pain or a void or something that they have in their life. The more you share, and I don't even think you can share too much. The more you share, as long as it's on point, I think the better. So that's what I do. Look, I'm a huge believer in taking people offline, meaning like collecting email addresses, email funnels, et cetera, phone calls, old school fashioned way that we still do things we still do them the old fashioned way because they work. But I'm also a huge believer that the more exposure you have out there, the more voice you have out there, the more people see you, the more chance of success you're going to have, because people are going to keep people need to have 20, 30, 40 touches with you, experiences with you, before they actually decide to work with you. So really great point. Thank you, Betty, for sharing that. Thank you guys all for sharing that.
Bullshit.
Kristen, by the way, Christina, I'm sure that right now you have definitely gotten your question answered, so I'm going to actually tuck you back into these.
Actually, Haley, it's Bobby. I never got a chance to share.
Yeah.
Can I say something? That's okay?
Sure.
Well, just because I have a new club that I started. It's called Gary. I don't know if anybody's interested in joining. I think it's going to be a really good one.
Is this the old man speaking? Sorry, I don't know people as old as you.
Shut up. Damn kids and your social media. Okay, so here's what I was going to say. I would say take some risks too, right? Like, I look, authenticity, collaboration, everything. I mean, you have probably the best influencers in all of Clubhouse on the same stage. I mean, it's amazing, right? But I do think that sometimes people are afraid to just take chances. And, like, I fuck shit up all the time, you know what I mean? But I am always trying. I'm always trying stuff. You know, like, I ran an entire room in a terrible Liam Neeson accent trying to get people to vote for Yvette Vargas for a clubby. And now she's an icon. Not because of me. Maybe because of me. I don't know. But I ran a whole room like that for 4 hours just to see what happens. On Friday, I ran a room devoted to our Lord and Savior, MC Hammer. Just to, like, have some fun. You know what's crazy is that there's, like, 10 people tweeting at MC Hammer to get him involved. There were, like, so many IG stories. There was, like, a dude who was, like, I guess he has the same agent as MC Hammer. He, like, contacted his agent. He was like, we need MC Hammer in this cult that we've devoted to him. Like it was, like, people got caught up in it, right? That was, like, last week. Today, like, I have friends who are like, this person's following MC Hammer. I think we can get MC Hammer to, like, he's going to come. He's going to come to the room.
And Bobby, yeah. Why didn't you let me know? He follows me. Great Ninja here.
You see? Leanne, hook me up.
You should ask me, man.
I didn't know.
I
didn't know. But no, but you see what I'm saying? It's like, you have fun.
He follows me too.
Okay, what the hell? Now you're all just making me feel bad.
He follows me too, Bobby. Maybe he doesn't follow the old men like you.
Who doesn't he follow? You're grounded, Gary. What the hell's
Not
wrong?
me.
No, but you said, like, we're human beings. We're human beings. We need to have fun, you know what I mean? Like, we need to try shit, and it's like, there's brilliant people on this app, but I think, to be honest, I have done so many rooms, and that, you know, when I provide the best information that I can, it's good. When people have a good time, when it feels like a party, like it's like, come to my place and let's have a party, let's get fucking hammered, and just play Twister, people come back. And so I just think we can have more fun. Anyway, join my club, Gary. There's another Gary, like some teenager stole my club idea. Nobody go to that. Come to mine. I'm done speaking.
Hey, Haley, I have something to say. Credit Ninja.
We used to play Split Twister in college.
Just real quick. Hey guys, Haley's pay button somehow is not working, so I kind of tried out your pay button, Haley. I just want to make sure that you got what I sent you because everybody tests out her button just to make sure she gets enough, Starbucks or tea, whatever she drinks. So I just tested out. I want to make sure you got it.
I love you, Credit Ninja.
Love you, Credit Ninja. Hey, you guys, real quick, we are in the Habit Hackers Club. That is the club at the top of the stage here. If you go ahead and look at the little green house at the top and click on it, you can go ahead and give it a follow, give it a like. We are now well over 11,000 followers and members in the club, and that grew a couple hundred since we've been in the room today. Woohoo! That's because we add lots of value. We've got an incredible group of people here on the stage. Actually, people literally DMing me in the back saying, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? So I have some people on the stage now that I'd like to get their questions answered, and we also have a lot of them down below. So I will bring everybody up. One at a time. Please just have a little bit of patience. But we're going to start with Kayla.
Hi, this is Kayla speaking. Thank you for opening it up. So I'm wondering how I have the ability to create a club now, and I would like to do it right the first time, as from my understanding, we can only make the name of a club one time. So just branding wise and naming it is kind of, I'm being a perfectionist about it. I almost just did it last night, and I'm like, you know what? I want to make sure I'm doing this right. So can someone please clarify for me, is it true that we can only make one club, or are we able to make more than one? Because I have...
You can create as many clubs as you want.
Yeah. And hey, Carla, I can tell you,
Really?
this is Tal here, and I can tell you that I created a name to my club, and now I'm kind of stuck with it.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that you're not mistaken with your club name, because I made a mistake and I didn't know that I cannot change it, and now not a bad name, but I wanted to call it on my brand's name, but instead of it, I call it in a different name. It's Lady Boss instead of Social Lady, so now I'm stuck with that, but at least it's not that bad. But you don't want to be stuck with something that you cannot change after, because for now, I cannot change it, so.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And then how do you guys, how do you get the word out there to grow your club? Is it just by hosting rooms in your club?
Yeah, you just have to host
inviting
rooms. You have to collaborate with other people, bring them into your room. Sometimes if you invite somebody who can invite people, that always helps. Like when I first started spending time on the app, I started creating my Clubhouse family. So you guys all want to create your own Clubhouse family, and I have lots of families. I got lots of cousins, I got Clubhouse husbands, I got Clubhouse wives. I've got it all. But you want to do the same thing. You want to have got multiple husbands. My husband even knows I have a Clubhouse husband. Stage with me right now. He's right next to me.
I love it. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Hey, am I a wifey or am I your daughter?
You're a sister. You're a sister.
Your sister. All right.
What about boyfriends?
Husbands and boyfriends both.
Lovers.
No, I'm not doing boyfriends. I just have a couple of husbands.
Couple husbands.
Yep.
Cabana boy? Do you need a cabana boy?
I could use a cabana boy.
Haley, are we all sisters or are we like cousins?
No, I have some wifeys, but you can be a sister. All right. So did that answer your question, Kayla?
Yes, it did. Thank you so much for the time.
Hey, Haley, can I speak one thing to Kayla really quick? Kayla, one of the good things about having a club is like, and like Haley's been saying, sometimes you can have them in the club and you can have a ton of people like we do today, or you can have them out of the club. And what I would encourage you to do is, I don't know what you do. I'm looking at your profile, trying to see everything that you do. But I would do like Haley said, and I would invite some people that are in your space and maybe interview them and ask them questions and put them in the title of who you're going to bring in. A lot of people love to do that stuff. I did an interview with Ben Greenfield a couple weeks ago, and we had 700 people in the room. And it was just a 30-minute interview, but it was great. So as you build your club, you start to build your club by interviewing people. And I think if you start to find some people that are on the app that are in your field and you start to interview them, I think it would be great for you.
I appreciate that. And is that the difference between members and followers? Members are the people who you kind of bring in to co-mod with you?
Well, that's a whole conversation unto itself. I think when they started clubs, we actually, none of us knew what that was. And so we were kind of all inviting the wrong way. And I stopped inviting members because it was too confusing. So although I wish I could go ahead and like redo my club and only have maybe like, 10 to 50 members that would help me